I hope, my hope, is that the message to elderly and vulnerable people that, look, if something happens to you, go to the ends of the earth to get you back home. We are going to make sure, we will stop at nothing to make sure you are okay. And I also hope that the message to the perpetrators and any monstrous people out there, evil, depraved people out there, to them is, look, you will not get away with this. If you even think about harming vulnerable in our country, elderly people in our country, we will go to the ends of the earth to bring you to justice. That's the message that I hope is at the conclusion of this. And right now, all we can do is pray for the best.
Absolutely. Kellyanne, and News was reporting that the sheriff said that he had seen a surveillance photo that he believes might have captured the jewelry that the individual had, maybe a ring on the hand. And it made me think, are there additional surveillance photos, or did I miss something because it was hard to see with a glove?
It certainly is possible. So far, this is talk about gripping the nation. The man at the door who sees that he's being caught at the door is probably the biggest lead that we've all seen. And so I do think there will be internet sleuths that help with that, and there's no question. I want to go back to what everybody has said, which I agree with completely. I think what people need to understand, Kaylee, about the genetic genealogy testing, which is just different than basic genetic testing, is that it can apply not just to high-profile cases where you're a child of the allegedly kidnapped Nancy Guthrie, I believe the sheriff. We pray for her safety in her life. It's not just when your daughter is known or a celebrity high profile. This can help many different cases, and it actually reduces the chance of mistaken identity, that you have the wrong person, because our genealogy and our genetic makeup are so unique to us. So it actually does something that the criminal field do years ago. The other thing just to say here is that I know it sounds so simple, and we're all guilty of this, but in addition to making sure elders know that they're cared for, there are so many basic things we can do without violating each other's privacy that does give us that certain level of comfort. I don't love cameras being everywhere, but in this case, it probably will help us crack the code. Last thing on the sheriff. I wish he hadn't said, Kaylee, that I don't have a pool of suspects. I always give the benefit of the doubt to people who are handling this information, that they do know things that we cannot, and they should know things that they should not disclose. We worked in the White House together. You know it, Rich, at a place like that. Like, no, we don't need to tell the country everything right now out of protection for them or protection for the innocent. I just wish he wouldn't say so much.
Can I add one thing? You know, I wonder if we will get to the point in this society where we are more comfortable with face recognition AI. I mean, countries are utilizing this. China's very well known for it. They go after their own people that way. But in this instance, if you had that, it would be hard for that person to leave that driveway, because we know that it's dark and there weren't cameras everywhere. But then how does he get off the street? Like, and it's so much. And I'm not advocating for a lack of privacy, but we're already putting so much out there every time we shop online. Just wondering, do we get to that point? It's just a question.
It's an interesting conversation, because I was covering yesterday, Iran uses that facial recognition to literally go after protesters. But you're exactly right. Every time you look at your iPhone, your facial profile is there if you use
That's
it to
how the phone opens.
I used it at the airport this morning, and obviously
You use the touchless?
Yep.
Yeah, it's an interesting conversation.